Hello. Please listen to me. This is for your own good. I feel compelled to warn you of the danger that was recently unleashed upon the internet. I don't have much time left as it is. I feel that it draws near. I like to surf the internet. As do most people, sometimes the internet gets boring. Though, and I find myself having nothing better to do than to go on an anonymous webcamming site known as Omegle. I'm sure most of you heard of it, as it's notorious for having those, you know what, been doing yet on cam. Well, I went into Omegle for the first time in forever. And well, I guess they have this new feature where you get paired up with people that share your interests. In addition, they also let you access Facebook and use your interests on there if you want. I decided to try it and begin my random webcamming spree. The first few people just skipped me, and then there were those many idiots. That's good. Yeah. You know what? Anyway. But then it happened. He showed up on cam. A man dressed in black appeared to be in a room or gown, wearing what looked like a well-detailed, semi-expensive sort of jack-o'-lantern like a creepy pumpkin mask. Couldn't really tell what the mask was made of, though. The man came on camera and was waving at me creepily. I had gotten kind of freaked, but then laughed and asked if he could take his mask off. The man was silent and shook his head no. I found it to be a bit unsettling. Time passed, and I thought I had caught on. I laughed, asked the man if this was a prank. But the man had mentioned for me to be quiet when I did so. I had typed to the man saying I was going to skip to the next person. Then typed again, saying, "But this is too funny." The man then typed back, "I know where you are." For the next 3 days, wherever you go, I will follow you. Whenever you do, I will be watching. I know where you are, who you're with, what you're doing, and when you're doing it. And all you will ever see of me is this mask. Then after 3 good days, I will kill you. As if that weren't enough, as I finished reading and went to go to the next chat, I noticed that my webcam was mirroring his. He knew was somehow now broadcasting from my webcam. as well. I saw the man point at the screen, as if to point to me with his index finger, and then do the coup threat motion. At this point, I took as something more serious, and was now on the edge. I screen capped this as evidence for the police. I printed the picture and then headed to the local police station right away. On my way to the station, I noticed in my rearview mirror the car behind me appeared to have no driver, but I did see the mask the man was wearing through the glass. When I arrived at the station and handed the pictures to the police, they assured me they'd be scouting my area for a man with a mask the next few days. This made me feel somewhat safe. I decided with them, I'll stick out, I'd try continuing my life as normal. The next day, I went shopping at a Walmart because I was getting low on food and I needed to pick up milk. Something very scary happened in Walmart. As I progressed in getting the groceries I needed, the usual bustle of the store dumped down us just as, if not more progressively. When I got to checkout, I noticed no one was in the store any longer. And in each checkout lane on the counters was a mask just like that man wore. I ran out. It was hurriedly unlocked my car door. Just laying my groceries in the passenger seat. I sped out of the parking lot. When I got home, I was so afraid. I grabbed all the groceries I could and ran into the house. Then I locked all the doors and windows. I needed some assurance, so I called the police and asked them if they noticed him around, and thankfully they hadn't. I decided to call it a nightly and went upstairs and got into bed. When I woke up that morning, I was frightened to see that hanging on the hook of my closet door in my bedroom was a man. The mask the man wore. I grabbed the mask, rushed downstairs, grabbed my keys, and rushed off to the police station. I showed them the mask. They had told me not to stay at a friend's house, and the night they would investigate my house. I called my burly dad, and he always gave me a place when I needed it. So that night, I headed to the police. Me in his place. So that night, I headed to his place, and we stayed up playing video games while I explained my situation. To my shock, he said he encountered the same man just a day before. Which would make this his third day. Later that night, when we were asleep, I was awoken to a loud noise coming from Brad's room. Scared, I crept upstairs to check on him. I was horrified at what I saw. Brad was laying on his bed. His bed in a pool of blood. With dirt. That mask laid on his chest. Today, it is my third day. I'm sitting at the police station on Brad's laptop, typing this to warn you all. Beware of the pumpkin man. I don't know what will become of me, but if this post gets around, it saves as many lives as possible. I'm